What is up, guys? Rick Kakis here, and today we are going to be taking a look at all of the different exotic chest locations within the new Leviathan raid in Destiny 2. And so, let's get started. Now, how these chests work is that you can unlock the bowels of the ship through a couple of different entrances, which we'll go over in just a sec. Once you're in there, you can travel through to a bunch of different areas. Each different area has a certain exotic chest that you can unlock, with there being 9 total. If you're just looking for a certain one, check the description of this video. There's going to be timestamps for each of the different chest locations. Now, you unlock these chests with these certain keys that you earn for doing raid encounters. So, after every raid encounter, let's say you do the Royal Pools encounter, you're going to get one of these random 9 keys. So you could get the Drain key, or the Aqueduct's key, or so on. You then have to go to the area in the bowels of the ship, complete the challenge, or just find the chest you're looking for that matches your key, unlock it, and then you can get loot. The loot you get is always, you do seem to get a legendary engram. You also get some of the tokens, the consumable tokens, that let you level up your raid faction, and you do have a chance to get a pretty high power level exotic engram. I was able to get one in the 3 chests I opened in the video. And although you have to complete the different raid encounters to unlock keys for these chests, you don't actually have to be doing the raid or with a full group or anything to unlock these chests after the fact. You can go there after a raid run just by yourself and only with one other person and unlock the bowels of the ship immediately without having to fight through any encounters. And by the way, I have made a guide video on the entire Leviathan raid, so if you don't know how to do any of the encounters, check that out. But so, let's talk about how to get all of these exotic chests. Firstly, let's talk about how to get access to the bowels of the ship. The number one way that most people are going to do is simply to access it right away when you start the Leviathan raid. Upon immediately spawning in, jump off the ledge and you'll see that there's another level of this walkway. Head down there, run forward into this special room. This special room has a bunch of levers that you can pull that, if pulled in the correct order, you will unlock the bowels of the ship. Now, the lever on the far left-hand section is number 1. The far right-hand section is number 6. So each different pillar has 2 levers on it, one on the left, one on the right. So it goes, the first pillar has the one on the furthest left being 1, and then on that same pillar, the right side is 2. The next pillar over has 3, and then on the right side 4, and the next pillar has 5 and 6. The specific code you have to enter to gain access is 15326. Enter this and you'll actually be prompted down in the left hand corner of your screen that the way is open, and then you will gain access to the bowels of the ship. After you see this prompt, simply head up in the direction you are kind of supposed to go, find this drain area here, and run straight forward. It looks like there's nothing there, but actually as you get closer, the door disappears and then you can enter into the sewers. Once you complete a little bit of a jumping puzzle to get across, you're going to encounter a fan, and also to the left, an activate lift switch. Press this switch to turn on the fan and lift up yourself and any teammates to the levels above. Once you are in the levels above, there's essentially 2 ways you can go. To the corridor off to the left, or straight forward down the large hallway. Going first to the corridor on the left. You're going to run into a door that is locked, but you can open by pulling a lever. Pulling this lever by using the interact prompt will open the door and begin the Watcher's mechanic. Now, the Watcher's mechanic is one of the key ways to get a lot of the chests that are down here. Now here's what you need to do. Once you open the door, you're going to see some strange Cabal turrets called Watchers. These are going to shoot out red lights that showcase which direction they are looking. If you walk within this red light in front of the Watcher, it will detect you and they will bundle up into protective immune shields and call a bunch of allies that you're going to have to fight and kill. If you do something wrong, if you are detected and this happens, simply kill all of the enemies that spawn, kill all 4 of the Watchers, there's always 4 that spawn, and then simply go back outside the door that you had to activate the lever to get in. It's going to reset the entire challenge. You can activate the lever and try it again. Now the challenge per se is to kill all 4 of these Watchers before they can trigger the reinforcements mechanic. So you can get spotted, but you're going to have to kill them within the next 1 or 2 seconds before it is too late. Now, something to note, for this Watcher challenge, and in fact every other Watcher challenge, there is multiple doorways to which you can enter from. So it's usually a good idea to find where those doors are so your team can enter from multiple locations to kill those Watchers very, very quickly. Now, the best strategy for how to do this, aside from just running in there and getting lucky and blowing everything up the first time, is to run in there, trigger the alarm, kill the enemies that spawn, and then look at the locations of all of the different Watchers. Spread out with your teammates and figure out who needs to be where, or who needs to jump at a certain angle and shoot a rocket to get the one in the back, or whatever you need to do. Then go behind the door, reset the challenge, come out and kill all 4 at around the same time. Doing so is going to unlock a special golden door. All of these rooms have this same golden door that will keep appearing. So once you do the Watcher challenge, the golden door will open and expose the chest you're trying to get. Whatever room you actually see, so no matter where you are in the bowels of the ship, you can aim down sights with your gun, and then right next to your minimap, it's going to say the name of the room you need to be. For example, engine is the first room we're looking at here, so that's how you kind of tell where you are. In any event, do the Watcher challenge, unlock the golden door, have access to the chest, and anyone with an engine key can open it and get the loot. Now, heading back to the very top of the lift area that you first started your journey into the ship, we're then going to head down the main hallway. Going down here, you're going to run into the transfer area and the transfer chest, but there is another Watcher encounter waiting for you. Now, from this transfer room, you can reach a bunch of different areas. Firstly, looking at the same object you see me looking at, head straight forward, and to the left, we're going to the Armory. You're going to find a room with a bunch of rocks in it and a conveyor belt. You can crouch and make your way underneath this conveyor belt. Once on the other side, you're going to find the Armory and another Watcher challenge. Now, a different area you can go to is looking at that same object, take a hard right, and jump up to this upper platform, and we're going to head towards the aqueducts. Take a couple of more right turns and then a left turn, and you're going to see a giant rotating what looks like a jumping puzzle, but for whatever reason, the chest is before the jumping puzzle right here. Moving on from there, you can also get to the ventilator area from the transfer area. Looking at the exact same object we keep starting with, head the sharp right, jump up to the upper platform, basically make your way to the aqueducts, but at the last minute, instead of turning left, you simply continue right. You're then going to drop down here, head through some different areas of the ship, and eventually, follow where I go, drop down again, you're going to find the ventilator area with a puzzle. The puzzle is surviving the gauntlets of these fans. When they turn on, they blow you backwards extremely fast, and then when you hit a hard surface, you will die. Now, what you really need to do is simply stand at the barriers. If you stand in front of them, when the fans turn on, you won't be blown backwards. So when the fans are off, you run to these different barriers, stay there while the fan turns on, and then run forward to the next one. However, if you have a sword equipped, even if it has 0 ammunition, you can simply swing the sword to prevent yourself from being flown backwards. You can make it up to the console where you can disable the fan and continue to do the next thing to the next fan. Now, after you've done only 2 of these fans, you can see there's a weird looking circular object. Head off to the left, jump up here, and here is the ventilator chest. Now, from the ventilation area, you can make your way up to the conduit area. Head to the end of the fan puzzle. There is a lift there. Head up this lift and simply follow the same directions you see my team take in the background gameplay. Now, importantly, you'll know you're in the right direction when you run through the final boss encounter area with a bunch of purple goop everywhere. You can actually use the bowels of the ship to go from encounter to encounter without ever having to do the main area in the courtyard section of the Leviathan raid with the banners and such. In any event, once you finally reach the conduit area, you'll notice that there is another Watcher challenge. However, you start from at the top of a lift. So you actually have to jump down and then, like a SWAT team, enter there and kill all of the Watchers as fast as you can. Now, right after you've gotten the conduit chest, there's another location just a few feet away. Head this direction through the conduit, jump on top of this barrier here, and then you can crouch walk across these pipelines. Simply keep to the left aside from going around this caged off area here, and then you'll eventually encounter yet another chest, this time for the irrigation area. Moving on from there, we have the last couple of chests. You're going to have to backtrack to the ventilation area, or you can, from the ventilation area, go to these 2 chests first. It's really up to you. But in any event, from the ventilation area, you head up the lift. You don't go down this red hallway, but instead go to the left, and then you're going to find the pipelines area. Now, there is 2 levels to the pipelines area. The top one you've just reached, and you can head to the bottom one if you fall down this very creepy looking red hole. The pipeline area contains yet another Watcher challenge. However, it's important to note that you can hit all of the Watchers from the top level, and so there's really no need to go down to the bottom level until you actually kill all of the Watchers from just shooting them with rockets or grenade launchers from the top level, and then you go to collect the chest, which is on the bottom level. Now, once you do collect this chest, we're off to the last chest location. You're going to see this very obvious glowing fan. Head up it, and you're going to be transported to the 2nd level of the pipeline area. Head through this pipe's passageway, and eventually you're going to make your way to the last area, which is the drain location with another Watcher's challenge. Do the Watcher challenge, loot the chest, and there you have it. That's all 9 locations for exotic chests in the Leviathan raid. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, found it informative. If you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. Those of you who do are the true MVPs. Now guys, if you want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickCacus. That's linked in the description down below, as is my Twitch channel, which you can also follow. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.